You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, General Hospital fans. We have got your latest 2-week spoiler updates for the ABC soap. We're going to be letting you know what's happening from Monday, May 1st through Friday, May 12th, as we have 2 full weeks of May sweeps action for your favorite ABC soap opera. If you haven't already subscribed to our channel, take a moment, click that button below so you don't miss any of your General Hospital updates right here on Soap Dirt at YouTube. Let's dig in and see what we are going to see. There are, of course, big storylines going on with Willow, with Victor, with Nina, with Michael. So much to unpack here. We've got Anna Devane, gut shot and in General Hospital recuperating, but she is very worried that Valentin Cassadine has no idea what he's getting into. There are people in Greenland right now that are surrounding Victor, trying to infiltrate the operation and stop him from launching this pathogen. Already, we have got Laura Spencer there. We've got Curtis Ashford because he's worried about Trina. And we've got Drew Cain. We've got Valentin Cassadine. And we are going to see Victor's suspicions rising as things aren't going quite as he planned. Meanwhile, we've got Nina Reeves meeting with her lawyer, Martin Gray. She has lied and told Sonny that she is setting up trusts for little Wiley and for little newborn Amelia. But it's more than that. She has given the information to the SEC, and she is the reason that they are pursuing Carly and Drew. Nina also fills in Ava once she talks to Martin, and we're going to have to see if he's got an update on her. With attorney-client confidentiality, the good news is he can't tell anybody that she's the one who had him turn the info over to the SEC. Ava warned her that she is going to lose Sonny over this, and in fact, Nina later tries to distract Sonny, and it might be from him trying to figure out who has called the SEC on his ex-wife and her friend. We're also going to see Carly facing trouble, but still trying to find time to devote to Michael when things turn badly. And we're going to see Nina making a promise to someone. I hope it's not a promise to Sonny that she hasn't turned Carly over to the SEC, because that's going to make a liar out of her. In 2-week General Hospital spoilers, we have Sonny asking Diane to help someone, and it might be something related to this SEC case. In fact, we are also going to see more of Ned in the hot seat. He is the one suspected of reporting them to the SEC, but Ned has clean hands. However, he did mention before that he could do this, and so that's the problem and why everyone is looking at him about it. Now, up in Greenland, Victor is getting ready to release the pathogen, but he's got Liesl Obrecht, who is supposed to be testing the disease and the vaccine for it, and he wants her to use Trina and Spencer. Of course, she doesn't want to do that. Victor gets suspicious next week. Meanwhile, Drew, Laura, Curtis, and Valentin are circling around unbeknownst to him. Liesl is going to push back on him and stand firm, and that isn't going to go over well, but she's the only scientist he had. At the same time, he promised her if she would get this stuff done, she could go back to Port Charles, take the inoculation with her to save her loved ones, and donate bone marrow to save Willow Tate. But the problem is that means that Liesl is leaving billions of people to die if she does that. So it looks like she is going to keep working and trying to trick him while she's still very worried about Willow Tate. Valentin soon makes an offer, and we wonder if he reaches out to his dad and tries to exchange himself for maybe Spencer and Trina, or maybe even Liesl, so that she can get back and save Nina's daughter. He's very invested in Nina's daughter remaining alive because of how he tricked her before by hiring Sasha Gilmore to pretend to be her daughter. We're also going to see Scott Baldwin calling the WSB to let them know what is happening. Holly and Anna had talked about the fact that the WSB shouldn't be involved because they fear that the WSB will just drop a nuke on the lab in Greenland, killing everyone there, but also ending the threat of him releasing that pathogen. However, Scott is not willing to wait, even though he knows Liesel's there, he doesn't have any idea that the WSB might bomb the facility and kill her, or else he wouldn't call the WSB. As a result of Scotty calling them, Robert is forced to try and run interference. We're also going to see Laura Spencer making a bold move and later being horrified, and that's also part of 2 week spoilers. Trina and Spencer are alarmed, as they should be, because they might be human guinea pigs soon. And we are going to see Felicia Scorpio defending someone she cares about. We're also going to see Victor caught off guard, and hopefully this is the beginning of the end for him. We know he's going to be out during May sweeps, and his endgame might play out within these next 2 weeks of spoilers. He is getting an epic villain send-off. We know that from Charles Shaughnessy, the actor who plays Victor, because he talked about it recently. Back in Port Charles, Portia Robinson is frantic. She is so worried about Trina Robinson and getting her daughter back. And in fact, she is going to lean on Marshall Ashford, who definitely sees her and Trina both as family. Even though she and Curtis are estranged, Marshall still looks on her as his daughter-in-law, and he is going to be there for her. We also have a scene where Liz and Portia are confused by something. Then in 2 week spoilers tied to Portia, we've got Marcus Taggart showing up to warn Portia. It'll be very interesting to see what Taggart is warning her about. Of course, he's very upset about the lies that she told, and he knows at some point there's going to be a reckoning, and there's probably going to be a DNA test, and he is going to find out for certain whether or not he is Trina's biological father. It doesn't really matter to him or Trina because he's the only dad she has, but of course Curtis is already involved in her life, and so this all is going to be very messy, but that won't play out until Trina is back in town. Now let's talk about Michael and Willow. Michael, of course, is frantic. He and Willow got married and she rallied for the day, but things are going to turn very dire with her. We're expecting her to be on her deathbed soon, and of course Liesel is out of town. There's no other bone marrow donor for her, and Carly is there for Michael to lean on as he begins to fall apart. We are also going to see Willow making a request of someone, and it feels like these are final requests that Willow is making, as she has rapidly realized her time is running out and she has no recourse. We're also going to see Brooklyn Quartermain and Tracy Quartermain working on something together. What most people don't know is that Tracy called in a favor to get Chase reinstated at the PCPD, and Brooklyn Quartermain asked her to do that, but of course Chase doesn't know that. That will come out soon, but likely not in these next 2 weeks. If you haven't already clicked that subscribe button, reach down, bop that button so you get all of our latest General Hospital updates right here on Soap Dirt at YouTube. Don't miss any of the action because we are heading into the 11th hour where Victor's game is almost over. It's not going to go the way he wants, thankfully. We're also facing the end of Willow Tate's life, and we are also possibly looking at the beginning of the end of Nina and Sonny's relationship over these next 2 weeks, because it is inevitable that he will find out that she called the SEC on Carly and Drew, and he is not going to sit still for that. Has Nina gotten her revenge but is about to lose her man? We'll have to see.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.